Freedom to Grow UNschool initially opened in 2010. Now located in Madison County, Freedom to Grow serves students ages 6 through 12 who seek or need an environment where they are free to learn through play, exploration, and a flexible curriculum. We were greeted by Director Laura Smothers and 2 students who were eager to give us a tour of their school. Stepping into the entryway lined with lockers, one student shared how he started baking homemade bread and selling it on Monday mornings. Freedom to Grow follows a loose schedule, and there's really no typical day at Freedom to Grow. But they do try to make sure all of the activities that are in the morning are more structured, and it gets kind of less structured as the day goes on. So for example, usually at 8:30 they have an arrival and settling in, and this is where students put their things away, they spend time greeting their friends and playing outside, and they allow time for students to take time for debriefing and decompression when they first arrive. And they believe that this is one of the things that truly makes their day run smoothly. 30 minutes later, at 9 o'clock, they have their community meeting, and this is where they make announcements and share important goings-on of the community in their lives. This meeting is usually central to who they are as a group, and it's oftentimes when they vote on important decisions regarding how Freedom to Grow functions. At 9:30, they have something called Tribe Time. This is where the kids break into small groups, called tribes, to work on math and language arts with kids that are closer to their age and ability level. At 10:30, they have a snack break, so that's where they eat a snack and have time for free play. They don't really refer to their breaks as recess in an attempt to re-emphasize the interconnectedness of learning and play. At 11 o'clock, that's when they have their time to work on class projects. So during this time, they explore the topic that the students have voted on as their big class project, and they might break into small research groups, play a game, or work on a big hands-on project connected to their unit theme. For instance, during their food unit, they use this time to transform their entire building into a life-size digestive system that they all crawled through. At 12 o'clock is when they have their lunch break, and kids are encouraged to play outside after finishing their lunch. Some of their favorite lunch break activities include board games, dancing, fort building in the woods, and basketball. At 1 o'clock, they have chill time. After lunch, it's the perfect time to reunite the group and read a book or watch a video pertaining to our unit theme, where kids can draw, build, and snuggle as they discuss and learn. At 1:45 is where they have their time called Rabbit Holes, and this is where kids are invited to work on projects of their own design, or they choose from a short list of suggested activities. They call them rabbit holes as in Alice in Wonderland's illusion for following your creativity. In the past, the kids have used this time to do science experiments, film a newscast, write spoken word poetry, and even research Bigfoot. Rabbit holes are also opportunities for the kids to teach each other. So some rabbit holes that have been led by kids include a class about tornadoes, a tutorial on triangular numbers, primitive weapons training, and role-playing games. At 2:40, they clean up and prepare for dismissal, and at 3 o'clock, they are dismissed. You'll find the classroom spaces at Freedom to Grow to be colorful and open. The spaces are designed to give students the freedom to move and relax, and student work is on display in each learning space and throughout the building. Walking in through the entryway, we found a corner designated for physical activity to our left and an art space to our right. Also on this main floor is a learning area with couches, chairs, and whiteboards, a kitchen where students can bring and heat up their lunches, tables for lunch and snack time activities, and a wall of student computers. So Laura was telling me that they try to not call it recess because she feels that recess kind of separates playtime and learning, and so they actually do a lot of lessons outside. This is sort of their play area. There's some picnic tables. There's the tire swing kind of back and to the right. Back through the trees and back through the bushes that you see along the left, the kids actually cleared a path. So they've got this trail that wraps all the way around, and some of us went back in that trail, and they have little forts that they built out of just the supplies that are around, building teepee-like structures and hills and stuff. So it's kind of like a little kid's dream. And so she often goes around, I think, at the end of the day and asks, like, what was your favorite part of the day? And a lot of the kids often just say the time that they were outside. So she tries to incorporate that a lot into their school day. So this is the loft, and up here we have the library, which is to my right, and actually a little bit behind me. This is a little classroom space that they use, and this is what they're calling, I think, the reading nook or the reading loft. So they've got pillows and forts kind of behind these curtains. There's a little hanging hammock here. Back through that makeshift hallway, there's another classroom back there in the back. So you can see this is a loft area, and down there is most of the school. So in the bottom left corner is their little art space, and they have all their arts projects. Over there in the middle where the TV is, it looks like a lot of learning goes on there because there's 2 whiteboards. There's some algebra stuff up there now for some students. Back there and to the right, you have the green kitchen where students bring their own lunch, where they can heat it up in the oven or the microwave, whatever they need. They've got some tables for snack time and lunch time, and then right kind of just past the stairs on the other side are the computers. So she says she loves the floors here. Like, there are these nice concrete floors. You can see some kids are kind of skating around. She uses a lot of, I think she was saying that they can spill things on the floor and it's no big deal. They use a lot of chalk and paint, where they can kind of chalk up the floor and whatever sort of lesson that they're working on and erase it. That door that you see that's kind of right in the middle of the screen, that's what leads outside to the playground. There's a teacher right now, the door of the green wall, and that's their bathroom. Out here to kind of the left, right behind that little wall, or that little art wall, and they've got like a punching bag and some hula hoops. There's a front little entryway where you saw like the lockers and the little table where a boy sells bread on Monday mornings that he bakes at home. And it looks like they're getting started for lessons, so I'll go ahead and walk down there and see what they're doing.
Here you see Laura leading a group activity. As part of their world travel unit, she created an interactive lesson describing the caste system of India and plays a short biographical video of Gandhi.
Okay, while we watch the video, everybody gets this guy. Well, before I hand it out, let me tell you what it is. This guy has a happy face, a sad face, and also a confused face. You feel me?
Yeah, I want that one. I want that. I want that.
You will be able to use this
No,
while we watch the video.
5.
If something makes you happy, hold up your happy face. If something makes you sad, if something makes you confused, you can show your confused face. Okay? So everybody's going to get one.
When Mohan Das was 13, his family decided to get him married to Kasturba, a girl of his age. It was normal in those times to get such young persons.
So their landlord owns about 20 acres of land, so they sometimes go on little nature walks back in the woods. Here is their unbus, so they call it. During summer camp a few years ago, the kids painted the bus, and they go on what they call ninja field trips. And those are sometimes planned, but sometimes sporadic field trips where they can all kind of hop on the bus and go, whether it's to the store to get something, to the library to look at books on their unit. I think recently or soon they're going to the Hindu temple in Atlanta because they're learning about India as part of one of their units. And so that's their unbus.
During the students' lunch break, we had some time to sit down and talk with Director Laura Smothers about the curriculum, the daily rhythm, and how they use assessment at Freedom to Grow. Here are some of the curriculum highlights that really make Freedom to Grow unique. So students get to cooperate and choose a unit of study that they find is interesting. They all kind of sit around and talk about what they're interested in learning, and then they decide on a unit. They get to brainstorm topics that they want to know more about, and they get to brainstorm even activities or things that they want to do within that topic. The teachers then plan the unit activities, they plan field trips, and they also create a timeline based upon what the students are interested in. So a set unit isn't always set for 1 week or 2 weeks. It all just depends on, well, how much do the kids want to learn, and we'll kind of use that time wisely. And, it may span 2 weeks, it may span 5 weeks, and that's okay. At the end of the unit, the final product is showcased as part of a family community dinner. So in the past, some of the final products have taken form of plays, of scripts, some they've had science fairs, concerts, a poetry cafe, even a circus and a restaurant that was operated by the kids. In terms of assessment, teachers and parents communicate weekly through a privately shared Google Doc that acts as a journal for each child. Here's where the teachers update parents on academic progress, friendship observations, and emotional needs. And the teachers at Freedom to Grow really feel that this is a unique aspect that they have because they do have so few students. They can really spend some time
giving parents sort of detailed insight into the kids' performance, their behavior, and their feelings throughout the day. They also create an end-of-year portfolio where they gather documents from either their journals, from the projects the kids have worked on, from individual assignments to create sort of an end-of-year showcase of what they've done. And because students are registered homeschool students, Freedom to Grow isn't bound by the traditional yearly standardized tests. They do, however, administer the ITBS at the end of 3rd, 6th, and 9th grade to monitor progress for each student, and they keep these test scores on file. Laura and her team of teachers enjoy teaching at Freedom to Grow because it allows them the autonomy to teach in their own style, at their own pace, and without the stress of standardized testing. They also get to uncover the unique gifts and needs of each kid without having to force everyone to learn the same things at the same time in the same way. Kids love Freedom to Grow because, according to one student, it teaches you, and you also get free time to relax, and you don't get stressed.